Hi everyone, welcome to today's lesson, Introduction to Crossovers. Now what's a crossover? Basically when your hands do a crisscross, we call that a crossover. So it can be a right over left or a left over right. But for today, we're going to learn a right over left. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to start the first exercise with just playing floor, floor, snare, floor. And that will give you the idea of the right hand crossing over to the left hand. So one thing you want to make sure is when you're doing a crossover, you don't want to hit your hand. So you need to position this hand in a way that it is going to move out of the way of your right hand. So right, left, stay there, right, left, right, left, right, left. Can you see that my hands are not hitting each other? Okay, so the hand underneath has to get out of the way. So let's try this exercise at 100 beats per minute. Now for the next exercise, we're going to try it on the high tom. So it's going to be floor, floor, high tom, floor. Floor, floor, high, floor. Same thing, let's do 100 BPM. Alright, so you get the idea of the crossover now. Now for the next exercise, let's move on to the real stuff. We're going to play in 8 notes and we're going to combine the previous 2 exercises and going to make it faster. So it's going to be floor, floor, snare, floor, 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 high, floor. Going to combine it into an exercise, so let's try it at 60 beats per minute. Okay, so you can see that it's going to be a little bit confusing. So remember, always right over left, and your left hand has to get out of the way. If you find yourself hitting, that means your technique is wrong. So make sure that when your right hand is over here, your left hand is out of the way. You shouldn't hear any clicking sound, or your hands shouldn't touch each other. The next exercise, we're just going to shift from the high tom to the hi-hat, just to get a feel of how do you cross over to the hi-hat. Same thing, let's do it at 60 BPM. Well done! So now you're ready to play the harder crossover rhythms. For the next exercise, you're going to start off with the snare, go to the floor, to the snare, and back to the floor. So it is snare, snare, floor, floor, snare, floor, floor, snare. Again, it's right, left, crossover, right, and then left hand comes back. Let's try that at 60 BPM. Right, I don't know about you, but that is one of the coolest things you can do as a drummer, right? To have that crossover effect. I love it. For the next exercise, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of the snare drum, we're moving to the high tom. So we give you an effect of the high and the floor tom. Same thing, right, left, crossover, right, left. One more time, right, left, crossover, right, left. Let's try that at 60 BPM. Alright, so for the next two exercises, we're going to incorporate the bass drum. If you look at the exercise, it's going to start off with snare, snare, floor, floor, cross over to the hi-hat with the bass drum, back to the floor, back to the hi-hat. Okay, so it goes like that. One more time. Remember, when you're playing the hi-hat, you have to cross over and your left hand must move out of the way. Let's try this at 60 beats per minute. Now, if you're using this as a fill-in, you have to make sure that after you hit the last hi-hat, you are able to go to the crash with another kick. So there will be two kicks back to back. Sounds like that. One more time. Okay, so you have two bass drums. Alright, so for the last application for today, you're going to start off in a crossover position. So you start with the hi-hat and the floor tom. So it's going to be right, left, right, left. Right hand will come back to the floor. Left hand will go to the hi-hat. And then two snare drums. Sounds like that. One more time. So let's try that at 60. And there you have all the crossover applications to get you started on right over left crossovers. So for your assignment, what you want to do is to play 4 of these applications back to back, and we're going to play for 2 times. So what we want to do is to play a basic beat for 1 bar, do the exercise for 1 bar, play a basic beat another bar, do the same exercise for another bar, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Let me demonstrate for you. We'll start at 60 BPM, and then we will try to aim to go to 100 BPM. Well done, so let's try it now at 100 beats per minute. Okay, so I hope that you will practice hard and be able to reach 100 beats per minute for your assignment. For me, I personally love to cross over to the hi-hat because it has this really cool effect. One of my favorite fills is what we did just now. But if you do it much faster, It's so cool. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, and I hope that you keep practicing your crossovers. Do it at 100 beats per minute. That's your assignment. I'll see you next time.